I started performing properly after I think Mere Gully Mein dropped. Is when I first made my set. Like I made like a 7-8 song set, and I started performing with that set for like 6-8 months. When you first start off, if you don't get obviously your packed crowds to play to, or you don't get all the resources that you want to. Jesse, you won't get visuals in the back. You won't have the best sound guy. You have to work with the sound guy, which is in-house, which sometimes is good, sometimes is very fucked up.
Yeah.
Depends on what you get. So I think that live performance has been a very big part of my journey, and I really have fun with it.
Same with me. I think my first performance was either like a family Diwali party or some talent show in school or something like that. And I guess throughout school in Moscow, I found a way to perform in clubs through whatever connections and stuff. And in school, whatever talent shows. And I guess from there in London, because there wasn't that many like when you were under 18 or something, there wasn't many places you could go in London to perform in clubs. So we would perform in, they would have more idol type shows, like more like talent shows, but more like filmed stuff like that. When I was in college, I was doing more pubs, like with a guitarist, just me and a guitarist, like performing songs. And when I came here, I kind of went the same route that Divine did, like performing with a DJ, MCing and stuff. And then kind of developing, over the years, like a good set structure. Like,
I think being an MC, I think is very important when you're performing.
I think the most important element to develop is being able to control a crowd.
Yes.
Is like, like the main goal of an MC and a rapper. So it's like...
Yeah, it can be a pause. Like you can pause and the crowd is in control.
And speak to the crowd and, have some humor in there.
Yeah. Just build up the whole energy by this.
And constantly just have them in check and,
Always, yes. Yeah. Always. And I think that whenever you plan your set, plan it in a way where it's like a graph,
Yeah.
It should be like a graph.
There's ups and downs.
It shouldn't be like boom.
Yeah, and then suddenly drops.
Yeah, suddenly it drops, So graph type, जैसे मैं वैसे ही try करता हूँ कि मैं graph जैसे perform करूँ, थोड़ा सा slow, थोड़ा फिर it just works out the best for me. And then I include like, Shahrul in some of my sets where I think like in Bangalore he works best for me. Like in the Northeast he'll work best for me. Like D will work best for me in Bombay because it's just that what sounds the city likes, you have to put those sounds together and make a set. Like my Kohinoor set had Sid Sriram. Like Sid Sriram brings in like a very different flavor on stage.
Yeah.
Like a Kumari will bring in a very different flavor on stage. So and performing live is like is really fun when you collaborate on stage. It's more about collaboration. It's like a live jam happening. And I think it's the most beautiful thing is because you can't stage that.
Yes, bro. Like I said, like every city has a different vibe. Like just like Divine just said, like, like a city like Bangalore, like Shahrul can really kill that crowd and stuff like that. So for me, before preparing my set in these different cities, I just go up with the vibe. Firstly, I'm out there to perform for the audience, right? So
and plus he's warming up the crowd. Like he plays a preset. So what I do is I tell him to play like a 15-minute set, which includes Indian hip hop, which includes popular songs that are on radio.
Yeah.
Because then the crowd is pumped and they're ready for you,
And plus they're ready to know what's gonna come next,
And plus we have fun on stage, we don't make it very serious. And I think that it depends on your music. Like if your music is very serious, then you have to have something which backs up your serious music,
Correct.
Like you need more drama on stage, maybe you need more antics on stage, maybe.
Yeah.
But my songs are, I take it from jungly shade to a scene kya. So it's like it goes zoom, like it takes you and we have a good time on stage. And sometimes I turn it around and I don't play scene kya and Mere Gali Mein remix.
And you just play like a song like Farak and it's a whole different vibe there,
Yeah. So it depends on what kind of music you make. If you make music which is party, just go out there and kill it. Like, like a performance like Nuclear, even though it's electronic, I like the way he just, he places his sets. Like he'll play like a Bollywood random track in the middle of his set, which the crowd goes berserk.
Yeah.
And, and plus we come from Bombay, we come from a city which is full of noise. So my set is a lot of noise. If you come from a place which is like Shillong, like I've performed, like I've seen Soulmate perform. I've seen As We Keep Searching perform. I've seen all these guys have different performances and you should go out there and check out what's happening in your scene. how these guys are performing, because it also depends on what weather you come from.
Yeah.
Because if you come from the northeast, you're used to like the cold weather, and you know, we are from Bombay, और हमको तो हुडी पसंद है, तो मेरे को तो हुडी में मैं comfortable रहता हूँ, तो मैं कहाँ पे भी हुडी में perform कर सकता हूँ. So yeah, so it depends on what city you're going to. If you're going to a Chennai, so you pace your performance according to the weather also there. If you're playing a big set, like I play almost 1 hour 15 minutes, 1 hour max.
Yeah.
1 hour 15 minutes, 1.5 hours with him included. Then we include 15 minutes of Shah or D-Will or whoever. So we and my goal is to always put a hip hop show together. You know, I don't want like an electronic DJ, but some sets we have to do like that because the festival asks for it. But if you get a chance, you should always concentrate on making a set which is inclusive of some guys that you like from your city. I think it'll be beautiful.
You're not gonna get the perfect audience when you're coming up. It's sometimes you're just gonna perform to perform. You know, performed in a mall in Malad or something, and it was just families and kids or whatever. But you know, that was an opportunity here and there, a paycheck or whatever. And I think it's all about, you know, making the most out of each performance and knowing the audience. Even if it's like for me, I knew that my songs are not that known, so I'll have some commercial songs in my set as like backups, as safety things.
Like he'll take industry beats which are popular at the time, and then he'll just flow on those beats.
Yeah.
The people already know those beats, and when you flow on those beats, it just sounds like a fresh new song that you just heard.
Yeah.
You know,
I think when you're coming up also, you have to understand that most people who are in a club are just there to wind and you know, like just chill. So if you're not going to give them that experience and go serious and stuff, you have to know the crowd. So I think if you're in a venue like Habitat or these type of venues where there's strictly rap fans,
like an anti-social,
you know, or a Divine concert, if you're opening for Divine, you know that there's going to be those fans to listen to lyrics and stuff, you know. But if you're in a random club in Bombay where you're gonna get requests for Bollywood, no matter what,
always, man,
you know,
always.
so you should at least have some, you know, at least tricks in there. You know, there's even flowing over one industry beat or something, or keeping some sort of relative thing to their ear.
It's because I think your catalog is also small when you're coming up, right? You're like 4 or 5 tracks down or 3 tracks down. You can't just play 3 tracks and get off stage. So you have to have like more songs on to perform a little longer. So I think industry beats is the best thing to do at that point, you know.
And also like even with you said with knowing how your set is in terms of energy, like knowing which songs in your set have the most energy as the like, okay, the audience is kind of dying out right now. JD, turn this off. Let's put on lax. You know, like
that. So you have to keep those tracks ready. For
they're kind of your backups, and you know, okay, like I think also for you, the reason why you change your set because you know that city will
like this song more. And then when you play that song, after that it's just momentum.
Exactly.
You know, then they know that ये आ गया क्योंकि किसी को मालूम नहीं है हमारे सब गाने. Like some people only come for that one particular song. Like they'll only come for Shera Asher and they'll say Shera Asher till the set ends.
They start off with Shera Asher until it ends. वो लोग Shera Asher ही बोलते रहेंगे.
And also one thing I've noticed about Divine is over the years you've created more of there's different elements that you have. You start off with a mic stand, you know, and it's like you're in one place. Then JD comes out and you guys are moving back and forth. So one thing, when you are performing for a big crowd, you can't be just standing in one place. You have to move around.
You got to make use of the entire stage as much as possible.
But then pace your energy also like that. Like if you start running on the first song, then you won't play the third song.
You're done. And also, in terms of energy, the crowd is going to mirror what you're going to do.
Correct.
So if you jump, they're going to jump. If you put your hands up, they're going to put their hands up.
Yes.
So just kind of give it to them. You know?
+1 on that.
Yeah.
ऐसे यार स्टेज फ्राइट करके ऐसे सोचो मत, सीधा जाओ, माइक लो, अपने गाने रट्टे करो अच्छे से. Go on stage, you won't have that fright. You've dreamt about this. You want to play to a big crowd. You're here now. You know, you should not have any fear. Be fearless. Go on stage and think this is your moment and kill it.
Yeah.
And just do your thing.
Yeah. I think you kind of, before even stepping on stage, you should envision yourself killing it.
Killing it, yeah.
And
That's the most important
yeah,
thing.
and imagine, the crowd like really vibing, and just go out there and,
And come to the venue like 1 hour early because you'll absorb what's happening in the venue.
Yeah.
You'll get the vibe.
हमारे को तो
in that
chance
place.
नहीं मिलता ऐसे अभी. लेकिन जाओ venue पे थोड़ा 1 घंटा absorb करो क्या हो रहा है, what the people are looking like, what kind of crowd has come out to see you.
100%.
So it helps you a lot.
You can analyze what the opening DJ is doing already, and kind of see what the vibe is.
Don't
Either
tell the
continue
opening
that.
DJ to play your tracks first only.
Yeah, because,
Exactly.
for example,
क्योंकि बहुत
that's
DJs
the most
वैसे
important thing. Because it's like most of them we have gone to shows, the opening DJ is just playing divine song right there, and I'll be like, "Arey kya ho raha hai? Just let that guy to
Yeah.
And also the most important thing for these opening DJs is they have to like set up the vibe. So they can't be playing a 130
or
140 BPM
100%.
directly. They have to start off with
हाँ
like
तो पहले
80
शो
and-
पे ध्यान दो क्या हो रहा है, लाइनअप देखो क्या हो रहा है.
Yeah.
and attend more of live shows. I think that's where you
Yeah,
get the entire vibe,
100%.
how these artists get along.
100%.
Make sure you understand the crowd and the event you're for, and play the music exactly for it. You can't go for Bollywood night and play a hip hop set. Definitely, they're not going to vibe for that, right?
Yeah.
So please, just know your audience first, because in the end of the day, it's them who you got to please, right? Besides that, just go like an hour, like Divine said, just go like an hour before, and make sure technically everything's at the right place,
What you can tell the DJ who's coming up before you is that just pace it for me.
Yeah.
And also go for a sound check and absorb the stage. Sound check is very necessary. Check your mics, check your in-ears.
Check your pen drives and like the right
always
files
use your in-ears. I think it helps a lot when you're performing on bigger stages. Small stages, you can go without an in-ear. That's okay. But when you keep performing with an in-ear, it becomes a habit.
Yeah.
Because I had a bad habit of not performing with the in-ear when I first started. But then I started using the in-ear. It helps me a lot now. Sometimes I only keep it in one ear, and I like to have the energy in my second one. However it works for you. Some people like both in their ears. Some people don't like in-ears, but I think in-ear is very important. Use your in-ears, go for sound checks. That's the most important tip I can give you. And be thorough with your DJ. Jam before you come on stage, because what we do is when I was coming up also, we always used to jam a day before I used to perform. So I used to call JD and the drummer, and we used to go to the jam room for 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever, and go run through the set like 2-3 times.
Yeah.
And that helps a lot in terms of everything, in terms of chemistry with your fellow boys, and also the chemistry with the city you're going to. तुम्हारे लिए जो साउंड इंजीनियर आया है, उनको मालूम रहना चाहिए कि तुम एक रैपर हो, तो ज़रूरी है कि वो तुम्हारे वोकल्स उसके हिसाब से रखे. क्योंकि क्या होता है, कभी-कभी जब इन हाउस साउंड इंजीनियर होता है, उनको पता नहीं है तुम क्या करने वाले हो ऑन स्टेज, बिकॉज ही डजंट नो योर म्यूजिक. सो आई फील लाइक इफ यू आर परफॉर्मिंग 6 songs, you should perform like 30 seconds of each song. So what happens is the sound guy already has a clue of what's going to come. So it's not a surprise for him. This is, I'm talking about in-house sound engineers. When you have a sound guy on your own, then obviously he knows your sound. He knows exactly how you have to sound. And I think that if you have the privilege to, it's a privilege to have a sound guy. क्योंकि सबके पास नहीं होता है, मेरे पास है, I'm very blessed. So make use of your sound guy, call him to every gig. Because that's what's going to enhance your performance, and you're going to get more shows.
I think for rappers coming up who are performing mainly in clubs, where you don't really have in-ears and you're kind of left with either monitors, stage monitors, or just the PA system, it's all about kind of experience. Most of the gigs are gonna be crap, to be very honest, in a club. Unless it's a good sound system, which is quite rare. I mean, you'll get some good places, but normally you might be just hearing what the DJ's booth monitor is doing. So I think you have to kind of train.
Sometimes even that monitor is just not clear. It's just like, and it doesn't work at the right time.
100%. So I think you have to kind of just train yourself with maybe going to other gigs where rappers are performing.
Also, go to the venue a little early so that you observe
so
what's
you understand.
going on. So you understand what's...
But I think for clubs, because it's quite tricky, there's never really great sound unless it's like a
proper club.
It was an anti-social or like a club with a good system. If you're performing in a regular club which just had a basic system, you just kind of have to like know within the first few songs, okay, is my voice too loud? Is the club have someone there kind of telling you.
Yes, have a friend in front
Have
of
a
you.
friend in front who
Yeah,
comes with
a
you. to
friend
the
is, I
sound
think,
check
very
and-
important
Yeah.
to let you know.
Have
कि
some
what's
people in
up.
the crowd. थोड़ा
Yeah.
crowd भी भर जाएगा और ऊपर से मालूम पड़ेगा तुम क्या कर रहे हो.
Yeah, and they can kind of adjust it on the go. And for sound checks as well, I think just focus on like the most complicated songs, the most like
Yep.
the songs that have most changes or
Correct.
faster flows to kind of just you understand better with your ears, you know, like
Yeah, like
how
I
that
was
is.
saying, like if you're a guy who does fast flows, for a live show it gets very tricky.
For sure.
What I said was like miss out the phrase which is fucking up your breath.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's a live gig. You know, you can
Yeah.
just leave that word and get to the next one. It's only gonna help you flow better on the next one. Otherwise, you'll just leave the beat there.
And also, actually, with that point, either you have a hype man
Correct.
who might back you
Back
up,
you up, yeah.
or
your
there's
DJ
a
at
way
the same time.
because most rappers do stabs on their recordings. You
Yep.
can keep your stabs.
I
the
keep my stabs on.
Same all the time. So you keep the last two words of each sentence on your recording. So you already have them, accenting the last words.
It's just enhancing your
Exactly,
where you're
yeah.
ending your rhyme.
Yeah, 100%. I've noticed you chill with everyone, but then the last 10 minutes before
Yeah.
going
Yeah,
on, you
he's
go
just-
quiet.
Yeah, I
he's
go
just
quiet.
by himself.
I just think about what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna do,
Yeah.
what songs I'm gonna have more enhancement on.
Yeah.
And I don't drink before my shows. It's because it's like my temple, and I go there and I do my thing and I come back, and it helps me a lot. There's no rituals, but you have to be very attentive, and you
100%.
have to think that this is the stage you always wanted, and every gig is important to you.
For me, if I'm with the crew and we're with the boys, we kind of just pump each other up, get the energy
I think
level.
that's more important. We always do that. You know?
Yeah,
Just
we're constantly kind of just getting in the zone of okay, let's go and kill it. If I'm with Proof and we're just doing a club show, it's kind of like okay, we go over, remember this, remember
Correct,
that,
correct.
go over the game plan again, and just kind of visualizing the crowd killing it just
Yep.
before going on, and just like okay, that's gonna happen when I get off.
Yes.
Like it's gonna happen. So yeah.
We all get a little nervous before
Yeah.
going on stage, but I think once you go on
Once
stage,
it goes.
just-
it's
just
like
it goes.
30 seconds
Yeah.
in, the nervousness is gone. So you just have to have your song in your
Yeah.
in the back of your head, go on stage, 30 seconds, and you'll be okay.
Yeah.
That's what works for me.
Yeah. I think
I think that's what works for like every one of us, you know. Why like just go on stage for the first till I play the track, I'm just like nervous and shit. But once boom, the track is on.
And
the
I've
line is on
seen
stage.
rappers from the scene, like they go in the back, like headphones on, they try to recite their songs. If that works for you, works for you. You can just flow all your songs in your head for like 15 minutes, boom, 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 and then go on stage. It'll help you more. Like you won't be nervous. If you're nervous of the crowd, bro, this is what you came for, man.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think sometimes when you're not performing for the ideal crowd, like if it's maybe a corporate show or
Correct.
something, but just analyzing again before going on and like, okay, making a change in the set, okay, let's do this instead or whatever. Doing those conscious changes will kind of maybe make you feel a little bit better. And it's like, okay, even if not every gig is going to be the best,
Yeah.
knowing that, and you come off and okay, these were the mistakes, this
Yeah, you
where we
learn.
can get better.
Yeah.
I think that's the most important thing. Like, not every gig will be the best and the best gig of your life, but
Yes.
it's about learning from them for sure. I think just when I was younger, because my mom was my manager, so she would always ask me, that's the mom, like, are you nervous? Are you nervous? But yeah, I mean, I because now when I tour with Gully Gang and Divine and stuff, everyone's professional. You have to have a good team around you who, everyone plays a role. A manager is taking care of, the promoter, production guys, stage manager is taking care of, okay, here are the mics, here's the in-ears. Your DJ knows, is there to back you up. Like if something goes wrong, Proof has like a track ready, or he
Correct.
knows exactly, like he knows if I want to put my mic down, he'll start rapping my parts,
Yeah.
So it's about, creating that team. When you're young and coming up, you have to have, you have to build that within yourself, and then kind of when you get bigger, you'll get all those tools,
Yes,
but
yes.
you kind of have to be your manager, you're this, you're that,
Yeah,
everything when you're
Basically,
coming
you
up.
got to
So,
do everything by yourself.
like when you're going to perform in a club for a DJ, there's no green room. You're
Yeah,
just standing by
yeah.
the booth waiting for your mic, and you know, maybe you'll get lucky and get a drink or something. You know? That's it.
If you're a young rapper and you want to go out there and perform, I think open mics is the way. Also, go for every cypher that's happening in your city. If somebody is doing a cypher, go out there and show your face to everyone. Show that you're a part of this culture and go out there and be a hustler. Being a hustler is the most important part to be a rapper. Like if you want to go and perform on a big stage, then you have to pace your career like that.
Yeah.
Like you have to start with a open mic, then you go to the clubs, then you go to a semi bigger stage, then you go on the bigger stage.
Yeah.
You know, and what defines that is your music. So your music should be as tight as your performance. Your performance can't be tight and your music is loose, you know. So it just goes hand in hand, and I think that every city has a cypher scene, every city has a open mic scene, every city has a scene where they all go out there. Like Bombay, I remember, like I've not attended a lot of them. I've gone to a few battle rap events. B3, shout out B3.
Out to B3.
And you know, it just makes me, it still makes me like very inspired to see like our scene has so much other stuff rather than just hip hop.
Yeah.
There's parts of hip hop that fall into this rap. It's rap battles that happen. I think a lot of rap battles must be happening in your city. I think some happen in Delhi, if I'm not wrong. Some happen in
Spit Dope.
Spit Dope, yeah. Then some happen in Mumbai, like I said, B3.
And if your city doesn't have it, start it.
Started, yeah.
Get with some, you know, if your city doesn't have that
Live
demand,
diss करो each other. अपने आप मतलब एक दूसरे को तुम लोग live diss करो. और ऐसे नहीं है कि diss के वजह से नहीं है. I think battles has been a part of the culture.
For sure.
And I think your favorite rappers were battle rappers before this. You know, like Eminem and Jay-Z, all these guys have battled. So it's a part of the game. Attend every cypher in your city. Attend every hip-hop show in your city.
Yeah.
Whether it's a rapper from your city or a rapper who's coming from another city.
Yeah.
That will only make us bigger as a community.
Correct.
So I feel you should
For sure,
support each
100%.
other. Like wherever I can go, I go.
Yeah.
And I feel like what our boys do is, what my boys do is, I call up everyone. Like when I was coming up, I used to call up everybody, like, please come to my show.
Yeah,
you know, do that, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like when they come, you get more confident, you get more comfortable on stage. So you have to build it yourself.
I think also if you're the route of going through open mics and talent shows and stuff are great, but I think if you want to get to the clubs, go make friends with every DJ. Go to every hip hop night. I used to see Divine in all the hip hop nights, and I used to just hang around. We used to hang around by the DJ, and I used to bump into them. But I used to just go with the sole purpose of, okay, this is Trilogy. I need to go make friends with Swapper, Dash, and I need to go make friends with Proof, or whoever, and kind of, build a good rapport, a good relationship with them, so they know you, and you're constantly telling them, yo, if you get me on the mic, I'll make your club go crazy.
Correct.
And right away, if they give you that one chance and you do it, then
and the crowd loves it, then it's just boom, bro.
And then you build from there.
Of course. And plus, मेरे को लगता है कि it all depends on your music again. Like you have a good song, they'll call you, bro.
100%. An example of twisting your lyrics a bit for a specific city, like in my song Lax, the last line of my verse is all my Sindhis put your hands up, but I'll change it to Delhi, put your motherfucking hands up. I'll change it like that to whatever city we're in. I'll, because my lyrics are mostly in English, and I know the hook point is the high point of the song.
Of course.
So when the hook point is up, comes the verse, it kind of goes down, and then I bring it back up. Let's see if they're still listening.
So the whole energy of the crowd just like goes on like boom once you just say like, yo, Delhi, what's up?
And right away, they have their hands up for the hook. So it's like, it kind of just brings it back. And 100%, like just the more you keep the crowd involved and feeling like, okay, they're there with you rather than just, okay, playing out your songs. For me, when I go to a concert, like if I when I've gone to a Kanye West concert, some people might hate that he talks too much, but I'd rather listen to my favorite artist talk rather than I can go listen to my iPod at home or whatever,
and listen to the same song at the same time.
You wanna feel like you're in the same room as your favorite artist, you know.
Analyzing your own show is very important after you're done, because that's, I think, when you know what mistakes have you done at the because while you perform live, there are sometimes you don't know what you did wrong and stuff. So you just go back home and listen maybe to the recording that you have done, or just watch
record your shows. It'll help. I think you should record your shows if you can. Like if you have an audio recording of your show, you can go back and play and see where you can work more, which parts you can work more, which parts you can replace, or which parts you can change this song and bring it up, bring it down. Just, I think recording your audio can help you a lot.
Yeah, I think also with whoever's on stage with you, if you have a DJ and you both notice that something went off and you guys both look at each other and have those moments, you kind of remember, or you know, half the time if you do mess up, no one really notices in the crowd.
It's just you
unless you make it aware that, you know, like, oh.
Unless it's like a major fuck up where like you just play a different track. Like, you know?
But I think, I've seen if there was something, you kind of made it a joke out of it, you know. So if you make it natural, no one really cares. You know, we're all humans, and you know, like it happens.
We all make mistakes, of course. Yeah, analyzing your show is very important, and because it helps your next show. You know exactly what songs work for you. And I think your masters and your mixes should be proper to play a good show. 100%. Like you can't go with a unmastered song and expect the crowd to go up. You know, so go with a nice master, like mix your songs properly, mix your live performance set properly, so that you can go and be very comfortable. And whatever you've learned from your previous show, put it down on paper and don't make that mistake again.
For young rappers, going with USBs and CDs, come with backups, because I've had many times where things
always come with backups.
You know, technically have things ready, because most of the time you're not going to have a full team, and you're going to go with a USB or send an email or whatever. Have 3 different options.
And most of the time,
different pen drives, 4-5 CD leke jao.
Because most of the time, like, you know, sometimes you do your sound check, everything is going good on the sound check, but the moment you come at the main show, you don't know. It's just not right.
Me and JD, we've been performing, I think, right from when we started.
Yeah, from like
from my first, I think, He was a part of my videos. He was part of my live performances. I've learned that you know, JD is very much involved in the sets, very much prepared, and I think that's what we feed off each other. You know, it's very natural that if he's working hard, I will work hard.
Yeah.
And I think everybody in the whole camp is artists and is musicians who are top notch. Like Fali does my sound, and my drummer is Gautam, and then who's opening for me or playing with me is the team, which are guys who are incredible. Like some people are very good on stage. Like a Shahrul can move a crowd like this, you know. Like a D-Evil can be very funny on stage. But the younger boys are very different. Like they are just very new to the stage, but it comes off very natural, and the people like when the performance goes boom, 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 boom. It's like a graph, you know. So I think that being natural is the key,
the most
and also your songs should be a little popular, to play good music. And me and JD, we just try to have fun on stage.
Yeah, we just try to have fun whenever we're on stage. Like nothing is planned, like besides like the set list. But even most of the time, the set list just goes ऊपर से नीचे, like, you know.
वो मैं fuck up करता हूँ, लेकिन ये भी बहुत सारे fuck ups करता है.
Yeah, like.
लेकिन वो ठीक है, fuck ups जरूरी है क्योंकि
because it's a live show, like it's a live thing, like everything that we do is live. We don't have anything planned, so.
Yeah, but what we do is what I've done is we've performed in the jam room a lot, which makes it very easier for us to have fun on stage. Like we don't go with a thorough set ki ye bolunga, ye karenge.
Correct.
We try to have fun, and I make jokes about JD all the time on stage.
All the time, bro.
And the drummer and JD also have a very good chemistry. Like we try to have fun on stage rather than just being very thorough with our sets.
And I think that's more important, because having fun on stage is where you give a good energy in the crowd, and if you give a good energy in the crowd, then you receive the same energy back, and that's what we do always.
I think that having fun is the key for anything you do on stage.
So the most important thing is you being yourself first, and also knowing the rapper as himself. You should know. You should have your chemistry with him really good. It only happens when you gel around and you meet that person. Like if you meet the artist before your set, and you just
conversation before the set is very necessary.
It's very important to know what like, for example, every time we have a show, I go to Divine and I just ask him, bro, this is the set list and this is what we are doing today. Even though we do the same thing always, but it's my job to go and ask him, yo, this is the 10 songs
sometimes I want to change some things on the fly. Sometimes,
and then that's when he tells me, yo, this is what, JD at this song, this is what I'm going to do, so be prepared. So that's very important, to have a conversation with the artist before your sets, or also while you're in the jam room and stuff like that.
You have to be in the jam room together. That's where you build chemistry. That's where you build everything. It takes practice. I think live performance is practice. It's the brotherhood also with that we have. He's
correct.
He's been my friend for a long time, so he understands everything about me. I'm his friend.
And I think that's like the most important thing we have.
Yeah. So be friends with your DJ, man.
Be friends with everybody you work with, not just a DJ. Everyone.
So what you are off stage, you should be on stage with your DJ. That's what's very important thing.